dumbass rascal here. Now, let me adjust this camera here real quick. I was going to try a different angle, but I think I like this angle here better. Anyways, so I do want to do some talking with y'all today, guys. We're going to do us another Workbench Chat because, well, it's been a while since we've done one, and we need to do one. And I'm to that point, I just need to talk about a few things because we in the RC world have got too many of these elitists, think they know everything, but in truth they know nothing, people. Now, I'm not saying anybody's name that I'm talking about, because I did vow to keep the identity of the ignorant out of the public eye. Well, not just the ignorant, also the stupid. But now, you'll probably say, well, what's the difference between ignorant and stupid? Well, stupid can be fixed with education. No, that's ignorant, sorry. Ignorance can be fixed with education. Stupidity can only be fixed with Darwinism. As in, there's no cure for stupidity, other than to hope beyond hope that it can eventually be bred out of the community by the stupid ultimately killing themselves off by Darwinism. Survival of the smartest. But unfortunately, community laws prevent that from happening. However, enough of that argument. Today's topic on Workbench Chat is not necessarily what I'm working on, but to be more of an educational tool today. If you know somebody who's like anyone on this list and you want to share this video with them because you think they need to be educated with a little bit of knowledge, go right ahead and share it with them. We're talking about clone chassis today. You know, and more specifically, educating those who are interested in buying a clone chassis and those people who swear up and down that a clone chassis is nothing but a waste of time and money. Well, if you're one of those that swears up and down a clone chassis is a waste of time and money, I hope you, sir, win the Darwin Award. But, you know, those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. And in the case of the Darwin Award, ignorance is bliss, and let's leave it there. Back to the clone chassis. The truth on the clone chassis is, you know, it's a coin toss. You know, you really are. If you're buying one expecting quality, you know, as long as you're not, how do I put this? To buy a clone chassis and to be fully expecting it to be as good as the original, you know, right out of the box, yeah, that's insanity. That's not, you know, the thing is, buy it and expect it to be an overpriced paperweight. Now, there's a reason why I say don't expect much from it. That's why the overpriced paperweight. Because you might be if you buy something expecting it to be junk, you're quite pleased when it actually works. So if you buy it expecting high quality, you get pissed off when it don't work. But, you know, like I like to tell you is, if you're going to buy something that, like I say, if you're going to buy something like what I have used, buy it knowing that I myself have had trouble with it. I don't speak for everybody, because quite a few of the trucks I have that I have run and I have had extreme troubles out of, my friends have not had much trouble that have had it. But then again, they're not running in the same stuff I am. They're not quite actively trying to destroy this truck. Now, my voice getting a little sore, guys. This is my third attempt at this. First attempt was more of a rant than anything, and I've calmed down a little bit since that. So, but yeah, this is me just angry with one person on a forum that, and just so y'all, to go ahead and clear this up, it was not on the Magnatfied forum, because that situation would have been handled long before now if it was that. If it was simply there, y'all wouldn't know much about it unless you were on the Magnatfied forum, which there's still a few of you who ain't there yet. What y'all waiting on? I'll leave the link in the links down below in the video description. Seriously, what are y'all waiting on? An invitation? This is it. Click the link, join up, it's free, we talk about everything. Rules are pretty simple. Be respectful. I mean, that's pretty much it. Join up. But, alright, now I got that advertisement out of the way. And, far as for this channel, y'all know that's the only place, if y'all been here a minute, y'all know that's the only place I truly advertise on my channel, is that Magnatfied forum, because that's a good place for anything RC or video game related for information. I mean, if you want RC or video game information, I highly recommend you go check that forum out. Highly recommend it. I mean, you get all kind of what's cool, what's going on. You know, it's something to go check out. Yeah. Now, I know. I'm not even on camera doing what I'm doing, but you know, I've been pulling my truck off. I got looking at something. I've seen something I didn't like with my truck, so I'm fixing it. Kind of like what I'm trying to do with this video. I've seen something I didn't like, so I'm trying to fix it. I doubt I'll be able to fix that I didn't like with this video, because sadly, neither party involved actually watch my channel. So that's why I ask you to please, if you see somebody who acts like this one person I'm talking about, you know, that elitist prick type, please do your part and inform that person of their lack of intelligence. By doing so, you actually help us all out. And by inform them of their lack of intelligence, I don't mean slap them in the face and tell them they're stupid. No. I mean, just say, hey man, you need to watch this video. And the biggest thing I'm saying is, that I'm having a problem with, is, you know, we all got to accept the fact that these Chinese RC clones have come to become a staple, whatever you want to say, in our RC car culture. Well, sadly, or not sadly, depending on how you want to look at it, it has come to be that there is a lack of knowledge about them. Now, that lack of knowledge is mostly everybody saying it's bad. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad. Most of the problems I've had with this truck here has been because of me. Because I've abused it. And to be quite honest with you, it has taken a good beating. It really has. It has taken a heap of a beating. Because I have in no way, shape, form, or fashion been gentle with this truck. If anything, I've been quite abusive to it. So y'all can understand why I'm more than pleased with this thing. I have been abusive to this truck. It served as my trail rig for as my only working trail rig for over a year. I can't complain with that service. And the only reason why it was that long is it took me that long to be able to afford parts to put Outlaw back together again. And that was, I had to buy an axle for it. And actually, before I got Outlaw back together again, it was shop truck had come to be a purchase I had made. So, you know, yeah. So if I tell you that this truck is completely junk, then 9 times out of 10, it's completely junk. If I tell you, if you look at one, just, you know, treat it like a coin toss. Because, like, you know, my original project shop truck, it is a HGP 402 on a very, very plastic chassis. You know, it was cheap, and that's about the best thing I can say about it. By all means, if I was down to $150 and I wanted a new RC truck, I wouldn't buy another one. I would look at something else. You say, well, Rascal, you said you bought that one right there on your lap for $150. I did. I bought this one for $150 on eBay back in 2018. It sits here before, as I've looked it up recently, it is now more than it's now almost up to $200 for this truck. And it's not, I'm not going to say it's not a $200 truck, because it is a very, very, very capable truck for $200. You're just questionable as to, is it really a $200 truck? I mean, to me, no, it's nowhere near a $200 truck. The quality's not there. But, you know, it is what it is. Now, I say, well, what do you mean quality's not there to call it a $200 truck? Well, this thing's ready to run, 200 bucks, roughly. Now, keep in mind, I am saying roughly 200 bucks because it's just under. It's like $189.99, something like that. It's like 190 bucks. I think 196, something like that. It's between 185 and 195, something like that. It's sub $200. It's just under $200 for this truck, and it's, to me, using it, it's not a $200 truck. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love this truck. It's good. It's just not, at its current price point, it's not what it needs to be. I mean, for me to buy a brand new one of these, now that's buy this thing brand new and have it shipped. I get this for the same price. Free shipping. You know, for this with shipping, I get the other truck I just showed you. And, you know, that's why I say it's not really there unless you really are dedicated to wanting this. You know, a tiny little truck that has next to no drivability. I mean, now I don't mean it's undrivable, and it's not as you see here with no body post, no battery holder. No, you get more. You get a battery holder, full electronics. It does have a transmission in it when you buy it. It also has it has the transmission, the battery, it comes completely ready to run, body post, everything. Battery charger. It's just tiny. That's my thing, is in its stock configuration, which I have driven this truck in its stock configuration for over a year. It is very, well, let's put it like this. That truck does not like to be driven in stock configuration. It will get hot. It runs very, very hot with the stock battery for a very long time of driving. It is not, I mean, the gearing's good because it crawls with a very small battery in it. This thing crawls like nobody's business. I mean, you put a bigger battery pack in it, and it does excruciatingly well. Like, I put my 5,000 mAh battery right here, and it weights the front down enough that this thing climbs like there's no tomorrow. But because of running a 2S LiPo through it, it puts so much, a 5 amp 2S LiPo, it puts so much wheel speed to it that this thing will flat fly. So it has to have, so for that, you know, I could use a slower motor, but I don't know. I'm thinking about going with a road truck on this, but, you know, we're guys, if it feels like I'm ranting, I do apologize, but, you know, this is, or rambling, whatever. This is just me having a chat with y'all. But, you know, as I'm going over, you know, this and the cost and all that, you know, the biggest thing, my biggest complaint, while we're talking on the clones, my biggest complaint with people about the clones is you have some of these elitist pricks who say, because of, say I said, hey, I'm thinking about buying this SCX-10-2 clone, or like, how dare you, what are you thinking, that truck's not worth that, it's junk, it's garbage, and it's like, hey, I was just going to buy it, and then I'm going to upgrade it as I go. No, save your money, buy a real truck that don't need upgrades, yada, 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 yada. And, you know, I mean, I've seen it, I've heard it, I don't want to hear it no more. You know, someone said, because you don't know what somebody's, you know, on these forums and stuff, we don't know what the other person's financial situation is unless they tell us. And, you know, it's hard to say this, it's hard to save up even so much as $200 to buy one of these trucks. It is. Let alone to save up to $500 to buy a good truck that's ready to run. Or even more, depending on what you're looking at. I say if you, and two, you know, when you get new guys that are wanting to come into the hobby, or because I know a lot of y'all know somebody that's wanting to get into the hobby, a clone truck is, I say a clone truck's the way to go. It really is. Because as to your clone trucks are going to be a lot more parts are harder to come by, supposedly, but if you know what you're looking for, and if y'all are good friends, you can say, hey, this guy I watch on YouTube says you can reference these parts for this truck, which you can. I mean, let's face it. In this hobby, brand loyalists are really the stupid people who... There are ignorant people that I'm talking about, the brand loyalist. Those that if it's not a big brand, it's a worthless piece. If it's not your brand, it's a worthless piece of junk. And that's not the case with RC. It's really not, because you can put together a Frankenstein truck and have the best truck in the freaking world. Like, for instance, alright, now you'll have some of these guys that are Red Cat loyalists, especially here in the States where they're dirt cheap, that swear up and down they're the best truck in the world. Well, here's the thing. I can take a Red Cat Everest Gen 7 chassis and say I want to build a long, skinny crawler. Well, I take these little axles here, these China clone. I'll call them China clone axles. But I could very well just as easily take, it's another Chinese truck, but it's made here but it's sold here in America via an American importer, is well, Nitro RCX Max Stone, I think it is. I think it's the Max Stone. Is the company, whatever. They got the 16th scale crawler that runs on these twin vertical plates that uses these exact same axles, exact same link system, everything, other than, you know, instead of being actual C-channel frame rails, it's those plates. It cost $100. At least it did when I last looked it up, just before this damn pandemic. But using those skinny little axles on that particular chassis would ultimately make a very, very long and very, very capable truck. It's very skinny and very long. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it'd make a very long and very, very skinny truck. A very capable truck, too. Because you just took something that, well, that long and that skinny can weave through anything. Not that I'm saying do that, because, you know, you just ruined an already very capable, very adjustable truck when you do this. This is not something I would recommend doing at all. If anything, I would recommend buying the Red Cat Everest, the twin vertical plate truck, the truck that these plates actually come off of, and putting the axles under one of these. So this truck becomes a wider, more capable truck. Excuse me. But anyways, I do have plans for upgrading this truck later on. But anyway, the thing is with these clone trucks that I guess what I'm trying to say is with a clone truck, you can sink you can sink $600 into a clone truck, and you have a twice as capable truck as what the guy just put what somebody just put $1,200 in. Your guy down the street. You know, I have a truck that I easily have $1,000 in. Outlaw. I easily have $1,000 in that truck. But I've had that truck for so long that it's been a very low-cost truck, and anything I point it at, just about, it's going to crawl. It took a while to get it to that point, but now that it's there, it's good. It is by far the best crawler I have, but I'm going to do a few more little changes to it before it's done, and that is I'm going to rebuild the original shocks and put back on that truck, put back on Outlaw, because before long I'm going to get Outlaw retired, and I'm going to build Outlaw 2.0, and it's going to be the daily crawler. It's going to be a crawler for quite some time. It'll be the trail rig for quite some time. But yeah. Anyways, I got to put some parts into this truck here. But yeah. Put some parts in it, keep it running. Anyway. My thing in conclusion on this whole rant is, just because somebody wants to buy a clone truck, let them. Just tell them, it's a coin toss. They're risking getting a junk truck, but if they're willing to shell out cash once they've bought it to upgrade it with better parts, then with a clone truck you can't do nothing but make a better truck. With a higher end truck, anything you do to it's liable to hurt the value, not help it. But anyways, so I reckon I'm gonna let y'all slide on out of here so I can get some more work done. So anyways, peace guys, catch y'all in the next one, and again, as always, Magnatfied forum link down below. I see y'all later. Y'all have a nice day, nice night, whatever. Stay safe out there during this messed up time. I'll see y'all later.